Get this straight. We spent years screaming build the wall, tried to kick out the very people that kept the economy running, and meanwhile, undocumented immigrants were quietly keeping Social Security from collapsing by paying into a system that they're never going to benefit from. Did you know that in 2021 alone, they paid over $12 billion into Social Security, and they're never going to see a dime of it? Yeah, they're literally funding our grandparents' retirement, all while being scapegoated for draining the system. Oh, and that's just the beginning, because everything you think you know about Social Security, yeah, it's a fucking lie. A really expensive, legally mandated, multi-generational lie. So let's start here. When you pay into Social Security, the money doesn't get saved under your name. It's not in some vault. It's not invested for you. It gets immediately spent to pay the current retirees. That's called a pay-as-you-go system. Oh, and if there's a surplus, the money doesn't just like sit there. Yeah, Congress borrows it legally, and they spend it on whatever the fuck they want. They essentially give the Social Security Trust Fund an IOU in the form of treasury bonds. So that means your retirement is literally a loan to the federal government. Oh, and guess what? They haven't been that great about paying it back. As of 2023, the Social Security Trust Fund holds over $2.7 trillion in IOUs, both borrowed and spent. So where did that money go? Because let's talk receipts for a second. It went to war spending. In the 2000s, when Social Security was running surpluses, Congress used that money to fund the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, which cost over, $2.26 trillion. So while you thought you were saving for retirement, your payroll taxes, yeah, they were helping fund drone strikes and Halliburton contracts. And then we've got bank bailouts. Do you remember the $700 billion TARP bailout? You know, the one during the 2008 financial crisis? Yeah, that leaned heavily on borrowed Social Security funds. Because the tax revenue was in free fall and that money had already been absorbed into the general budget. So you didn't get bailed out. Wall Street did with your money. And then, of course, we have the tax cuts for the rich. Both the Bush tax cuts and the 2017 Trump tax law slashed revenue by trillions. But rather than raise the taxes or cut defense spending, Congress just kept borrowing, including from the Social Security Fund. So again, your retirement fund ended up actually giving some tax breaks to some billionaire on his third yacht. So who does the system actually benefit? Social Security rewards people with consistent wage-earning careers over 35 years. So not caretakers, not disabled workers, not stay-at-home parents, and not people that were incarcerated, undocumented, or who worked under the table. Oh, and if you die early, yeah, that money's gone. It doesn't go to your siblings or your parents or your best friend. It disappears unless you have a legal survivor on file. Oh, and if you get sick before retirement, Social Security disability is fucking brutal. Did you know that 67% of people get denied on their first try? Did you know the average appeal takes around 2 years? And did you know that thousands of people die every year just waiting for their approval to go through? Oh, and if you do get it, you're forced to live in poverty. Because if you own too much or you save too much, yeah, you lose all your benefits. Oh, and meanwhile, Congress, they don't rely on Social Security. No, they do not. They get federal pensions and lifetime health care, which, by the way, is fully funded by taxpayers. So yeah, their retirement is pretty fucking secured, but yours is up in the air. So let's talk taxes for a second. Right now, you only pay Social Security taxes on income up to $168,600. So that means a teacher pays on 100% of their salary, but a millionaire pays about 16%, and a billionaire pays less than 1% of their entire income. So by February, the richest Americans stop contributing entirely, but you pay in all year round. Oh, and then here comes the big beautiful bill, which includes over $886 billion in military spending, which is the largest in U.S. history, billions more in discretionary funds for surveillance, weapons contractors, foreign wars, zero new protections for Social Security, no plan to shore up the trust fund, and absolutely no attempt to tax the wealthy to stabilize the system at all. And while they signed off on the record-breaking war budgets, politicians from both parties are now saying, I don't know if we can afford Social Security anymore. We don't have the money for it. So instead of raising the wage cap or closing tax loopholes, they're floating the idea of, raising the retirement age to 69, cutting future benefits, and means testing, aka if you're not poor enough, you don't get shit. So while they spend your payroll taxes on things like Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and oil wars, they're setting the stage to cut your retirement and blame you for it. They spent the money, and now they want you to pay it all over again. Social Security was not built to protect you. It was built to preserve power. It was originally designed to exclude black and brown workers. It still punishes caretakers, the disabled, and the poor. Congress has borrowed over $2.7 trillion from it. They spent it on wars, tax cuts, and bailouts. And now they're saying that you have to work longer and take less while they retire on taxpayer-funded pensions. So when they say Social Security is going broke, what they really mean is they broke it. And they're hoping that you're too tired, too poor, too whatever to fight back. Everything you know is a lie. It's time we all fucking wake up. So let me get this straight. We spent years